Put faith in myself, got the system. Yo, we trying to travel, so why you making pit stops? You cats is rap, and I'm hip hop. Is the glass half full or half empty? It's based on your perspective, quite simply. We're the same and we're not, know what I'm saying? Listen, son, I ain't better than you, I just think different. Is the glass half full or half empty? It's based on your perspective, quite simply. We're the same and we're not, know what I'm saying? Listen, son, I ain't better than you, I just think different. Whatever.
Yo, what's up? I'm gonna bring in Frosty in just a second here. I'm pretty excited. I think this is gonna be fun. I think this is gonna be really fun. I'm actually super hyped. I'm not dropping any frames yet. Normally that wouldn't be such a pressing concern, but it was a problem last week. And it's looking good so far, so sweet. But yeah, let's bring in Frosty and see whether our levels and shit are good. And looks like this allvall will be getting started pretty soon. I'm not seeing a lot we're waiting for. If anyone's ever here from Rye Games, let yourselves be known in the comments. And I'm gonna call my boy here. Let's call him up.
What's up, dude?
Yo, man. Good to hear your voice.
Likewise, I'm a bit under the weather still, but I think I should be good to go.
Yeah, you don't sound too bad.
The volume's good, all that.
Volume seems pretty good. Yeah, people in chat, let me know my levels. I'm a little rusty on this here stream thing. Haven't been doing it much. Literally my last VOD before the Insta tournament, which is not published because it was so shit. My last VOD was fucking at least a year ago, so definitely rusty, but all the same gear, it's all the same game. Should all just be like riding a bicycle. Hello,
Seems like
Rye
we got
guys.
a pretty exciting lineup, at least more than expected. Like we were saying earlier, for a guy that supposedly does dead games, this is not so bad.
Yeah, exactly. Totally. No, yeah, I think we've got. So I'm looking at the bracket here, which I'll send to you. I'm seeing Master. Oh, you got it, sweet. I'm seeing Master, Lagout, Darkfire, Tay, and Tenchi. That's, I don't know how many names I just said. That was enough names that I lost count. Those guys should all be able to give us good games. All those people know what they're doing. They're all gonna know the maps, know how to play good FFA. Don't know what kind of shape some of them will be in, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna have something good to watch every time those guys are on screen, and that's really all you can ask for in the year of our Lord 2025.
Be very interesting to see who takes this one down. I don't think it's quite clear at all. I mean, I think we all know that probably if everyone's playing their best, Master would be the guy to beat, but I don't know how much practice he's been having, and he certainly has been underwhelming the last time or two he's played.
That's right, yeah. I think with the amount that Tenchi has like still been around the game and gotten into better shape, I actually don't know, like, if Master got back into his best shape, it might be even between him and Tenchi now at this point. For those from Rye Games, I can fill you guys in on the players a bit more. Oh, hey, yo, Liz, what's good? Tenchi has been playing this game since before me, which is forever ago. If I know I made a brief cameo in that vid as the token ancient player, but Tenchi's been around even longer than me. He also played plenty of yo Breck, thanks for the cheer. You're playing today, right? Gonna be good to watch you. But yeah, Tenchi's been a pro at this game since as long as this game has pros. He is literally the original Sour Pro. And a couple years ago he sort of got back into the game a little bit. So he doesn't have youth on his side the way Master does. Master is the prototypical younger player, really. But Tenchi is super experienced. He was always an amazing aimer, and so I think with he might be the favorite, but it's probably between him, Darkfire, and Master are the 3 real contenders. Even though Tay can absolutely beat any of those guys, and so can lag out on the right map. But hopefully it's NMP8. Yeah. Lost my train of thought a bit, but yeah, I absolutely think Tenchi might be the secret favorite here. We're gonna have to see.
He did take down Master last time they faced, I believe. And I think with his map pool, it's seems very old school, and I think it fits Tenchi's style a bit better, with him being a bit more grounded
Yeah,
as a
totally,
player.
totally.
But I mean, you're right about the other guys. Like Tay, lag out can take some games down, and Darkfire doesn't have a lot of experience, but he definitely has the hot hand, and I mean, he's a killer. So
yeah, couldn't have put it better myself.
You certainly can't look past him at all.
Yeah, no, totally. And I actually think he has like a sneaky amount of experience at this point. Because he like you remember a number of years back at this point, this allvall needs to get started, by the way. We're doing a great job of filling the dead air, but come on guys, it's 12:10 on my time. Whoa, I'm glitching everything out. But yeah, I've now glitched out the fucking screen here. What the fuck? That's crazy. But anyway, I will no longer be reading the chat. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, a good old-fashioned curve DM. I'll full screen this shit, obviously. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Darkfire's got like a sneaky amount of experience. Because you remember a few years back. Shit, was that a SWAT tournament or I can't quite remember. But he ran like a multiple division tournament. Back when Master was sort of still breaking out a little bit, and I remember Darkfire. I think he beat everyone but Master in that tournament, and that was already a few years ago. So he's got a sneaky amount of experience, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, it could certainly be his time.
So I don't know how long we're going to do an all-VL for. I don't know if it's the full 10 or just the 5-minute all-VL, but Curve DM, the classic choice for items all-VL. Big enough to give everyone some space to grab a gun and get going. 2 yellow armors, so there's actually a chance to try to run an armor on a small enough server. And of course the quad, which Darkfire's not going to get to. He's going to be able to easily kill Tay-Z there, though, and stop anyone else from doing anything particularly special with it.
Yeah, I don't know. This allvall is just kind of ridiculous, and it always has been, but that's just how we've always done it.
Yes, sir. No, I will not be defending allvall. I mean, it used to at least separate the wheat from the chaff a bit, if only a couple players on the server even knew when yellow armor was going to be up, but at this point everyone's aiming so well, the guns in Sour Run do so much damage, it's pretty hard to really run an allvall at FFA, and it's not as good of a seeding tool as it is in Insta, maybe, and even there it's not great.
Yeah, you can kind of manipulate the matchup, but I mean, it's so hard to even run control against one guy, let alone the whole map.
Yeah. Let's watch a little bit of Tenchi here. He's managed to get a hold of a health boost that has not washed off yet, and he's trying to get to this quad. It looks like because this is an uncommonly uncontested quad, but he does die. That was 97 HP. If he had just had a little more, could have taken that rifle, maybe actually showing us a quad run. But instead he'll have to settle for being trapped in this morass at the top with the 5 players. No, Woolork has snuck in there. Yeah, so as you guys can see, Tay-Z's way down the leaderboard. He's gonna get a seed that does not reflect his ability, because he's a much better dueler than he is an aimer. And so if he gets depressed by the all-VL format, someone's gonna get a really tough first round matchup.
That's good. That means we get a good first round match.
True, it is. It's good for us. It's bad for the players. It's excellent for us. Tenchi's gonna... Oh, we failed an A-jump. Well, there you go about what Frosty was saying about Tenchi being more grounded than Master. Master's not messing up that A-jump. But, Tenchi's movement... Not like cripple status, but not his forte. And as a result, he doesn't get to that health boost. So, let's see. Master... No, doesn't live it. A more contested quad that time. A lot of people thought they could get their hands on it.
Did we get any confirmation whether it was 5 or 10?
No, probably not, huh? I don't think anyone said anything after Inko said that. Yo, the Rye... Do you guys call yourselves something? Like the Rye Gang? The Red Fanatics? I don't know, man. The Rye Fellows? Like Rye, like sarcastic? I don't know. But you guys are out in numbers. It's good to see y'all. Stick around for at least like a good actual duel here. Don't it's not gonna be like this the whole time. 10 minutes, Manu. Bad decision by Manu. That's okay. We can stomach 5 more minutes of this shit. But yeah, stick around for the actual games. I think you'll see something pretty fun if you guys like old school arena FPS in any way at all. Rye guys, yeah, it rhymes, perfect. Right on. What's up, Rye guys?
How many guys you got?
I don't know. They're making. Oh, I can't tab out like that. They're making themselves known in chat. I don't have my viewer count up. Also, yo, Elisa. Elisa, did you seriously think about playing this at all? I mean, I know you've been working on your FFA since you joined Whoop. Not at all. Okay, fair enough. Darkfire in a small but significant lead, which is kind of what I was expecting here. Tenchi and Master right behind, also tracking my expectations. Lag out falling off the pace by more than I would have expected, and Tazy, like I said, is going to get a score that has absolutely nothing to do with his skill level.
10 seconds.
Lagout, Lagout is sitting pretty for this quad. This could make up his entire deficit here. He's fighting long range with shotgun though. Well, yeah.
Use your machine gun, dude.
Yeah, that was bad. Yeah.
Maybe it's that seeding manipulation.
Yeah, that's the only explanation I can come up with, other than just.
I'm calling the early throw.
Other than just dereliction of weapon awareness, because he had a stack for that quad, but just long range shotgun gave time for the others to pick away at him with rifle. Kind of a shame. That would have got him right back to the top of the game there. Daisy outseeding Tay is criminal. It is, isn't it? Alright, 35 for the YA. So if anyone here, I mean, clearly a lot of people here are unfamiliar with Sour Duel. The item times in Sour, you got 30 seconds, every 30 seconds on the dot for yellow armor. You got every 20 seconds for green armor. You got every 70 seconds for quad, and every 60 seconds for health boost. The way that armor works in this game, you can only stack with the greater armor type. So you gotta have less than 100 yellow armor before you can pick up a green armor. Yellow armor will always supersede green armor. There's no shards or anything like that. There's no deprecating overstack in this game. In terms of if you're from Quake, you know, like you don't get 200 armor. I know I'm talking over shit happening here, but looks like no one really managed to get anything there. You do not have a overstack that ticks down. What you do have is a health boost, which gives you plus 100 health immediately and 50 towards your overstack. And the way health boost works is that as long as you don't die, you keep the overstack. It caps at 200, so 2 health boosts over 2 minutes. You could get to max health 200, but it doesn't deprecate. What it does is it resets if you die. So it gives you an opportunity, if you invest a lot of control over a few minutes, to get yourself into an even more dominating position. And because health is just kind of scarce on sour maps in general, it also is just, wow, interesting situation with the quad. Oh, snuck up behind. Darkfire sneaks in behind Lagout while he's fighting off. Darkfire might actually be able to extend his lead a bit here. Actual quad run? He's only got pistol and shotgun, but he's smartly using the pistol. This is well played from Darkfire here. Yeah, that was, you know, nothing crazy, but better than Lagout's aborted quad run. Anyway, so yeah, I think I lost my train of thought, but that's the basics of health and armor and Sauerbraten and items duel. And then weapons-wise, Sauerbraten just has all this overpowered shit. Everything does a zillion damage. So it's a game of item control almost as much, or obviously it's a game of weapon control almost as much as it is a game of item control. Because if you let your opponent pick up a bunch of machine gun, all the overstack in the world is not going to save you from dying to just insane DPS.
Not every weapon's good in every situation, though, so certainly with the better players, it's interesting to see kind of how they manage which fights to engage based on which weapons they're carrying.
Certainly, and it's funny, you may, as I was saying during Darkfire's quad run, I was like, oh, he's smartly using pistol. Yeah, Sauerbraten pistol's a little inaccurate at long distances, but it's still more accurate than shotgun, and it does 35 damage off the rip, which is insane. So if you're firing off quad pistols, like, you're doing a lot of DPS. It's a really powerful starting weapon compared to what you might expect. So here we have our final seeding. R4 exists. I didn't even notice him, but he has snuck in at the second seed, tied with Tenshi, which I don't... R4 definitely knows how to play FFA. I don't think he's a threat for the top spots, but that's not the most crazy result. Tenshi going by Trashy for no reason. Tenshi and Master, that's about right. Woolork, I have absolutely no idea, honestly. Maybe Woolork learned FFA at some point, unaware. Lagout knows what he's doing, and Tazy, like I said, knows what he's doing. Possibly the best of some of those guys that I just mentioned, depending on the map. So, and then we got some fellows down at the bottom here. Daisy, Inko, Brecht, Manu. Manu managed to get last seed. I don't know if he's just got like... He's just doing like socials on his second monitor or something while playing. Don't know how else you get 37 frags, but he managed it.
He's got the administrative burden on his shoulders.
Yes, which you know all about. Longtime tourney runner and competitive success Frosty I've got here on the mic with me, so he knows what he's talking about on all ends of this.
I think I could do better in this place, though.
Yo, thanks for the 71 bits. Trelane18. Yeah, you might be very good at this. I don't know. If you've played Quake or Diabolical or any of the similar games, it's not that different. We got some Quake maps in the pool. I think Manu's planning to, mount it. Okay, we're doing a second health boost right on. Badass, thank you. He's still around. This game is not what it used to be, but there may be more events like this. If you like what you see, stick around. Get yourself some fun games in one of these times. But I think I had another thought, but I've lost it. So anyway, I guess we'll see what our bracket's gonna look like here.
Certainly, as far as arena FPS games go, it's a pretty easy game to get into, and the learning curve probably isn't as steep as some of those other games you mentioned.
Yes, that is honestly, that's like Sour's silver bullet. That's ace in the hole. That's what Sour excels at. Is it's the game anyone can get into. You don't have to learn to strafe jump. You don't have to hit every cell of lightning gun. You can just sort of spam the chain gun and it'll hit enough on its own just by general luck and DPS to allow you to if you're smarter than your opponent, your aim is not going to hold you back as much, and your movement does not require you to learn an advanced technique just to get around. Now, obviously, Sours sort of does have its own advanced movement situation, which is more to do with weapon jumps and just subtle conservations of forward momentum. So there is a lot of depth to movement in this game, which I know because I'm bad at it. But it's a different kind of depth, and it won't be not in the same way that Quake like demands the basic but complicated movement tech just to start playing. Sauerbraten, you can get a long way while being movement handicapped. So let me take a look at the pool here. Hades, Metal 4, Sourwalk, ZTN, Hater, Corruption, and Headroom. So only 2 Quake maps, surprisingly. Headroom's a bit of a funny inclusion. Absolutely nothing wrong with this pool before I say anything else. All great maps. Headroom, I think, will be definitely a little on the sillier side compared to some of those other maps. But Hades and Metal 4, Sour Classics. Corruption, also a Sour Classic, although a little more divisive. Hater's a bit of a new school map, but I think a pretty solid choice for sure. And then Arrowwalk and ZTN, if any of y'all are from other games, y'all know those. They play just fine in Sour, a little different obviously, but actually Arrowwalk honestly plays pretty much the same as it does in Quake. I mean, the score lines are a little different, but the fundamentals of the map sort of end up playing mostly the same way. ZTN is a little more changed just because you can't choke. Choke points are not as extreme in Sauerbraten. The hit push and stuff is just a little easier to like break through in a way that is not so much. You don't just get stopped by rockets and stuff. So anyway, just waiting for our first matches to be announced.
I can kind of see here, I think on the bracket, I think probably like we have Inko Daisy versus, and then Master Woolork, Tay and Brecht, and then Lagout and Manu.
Interesting. So that's interesting. So Tay, despite all of my comments about his seeding, has actually sort of worked out. He's like lucked into a better bracket path because now he just has R4 and then has to play the winner of Tenchi Lagout, presumably. He didn't draw Master, Darkfire, or Tenchi early on. So he actually it all lucked out to be as if Tay had gotten a normal seed. Like if you just swap Tay into the third or fourth, first or second seed, it sort of the bracket ends up just as balanced. So that's kind of funny. Good for him. But that means we'll have to wait until round 2 to see any really great matches, which means that probably the match to watch is actually going to be Daisy and Inko, to see whether Daisy, either of them have any clue what they're doing, basically. So it looks like Master and Woollark are going to play on EU4. I'm seeing them over here. Manu and Lagout are on EU3. That should be... Is that the actual game yet? That should be easy for Lagout. Okay, Tay and Brecht have started on EU2. This should be easy for Tay, but maybe we'll watch this while we wait for anything else to get started. I don't know. Let me make sure. Frosty, can you look on Sour Tracker and see where everyone else is? I'll watch Tay right now. And I will obviously screen that shit.
Master and Woolork are on 4. And then Manu Lagout are on 3, so that Inko and Daisy would be on, I guess, 1.
All right, we'll go check in on Inko and Daisy at some point because I am interested to see whether that ends up being close by virtue of just general cluelessness. But this should be pretty easy for Tay, so we'll watch Tay run this shit here. He's already got up to He's got a fresh health boost with yellow armor, so he's already looking really difficult for Breck to take down. Health boost, or yellow armor should be about now unless he delayed it. Obviously, I wasn't here at the start of this game, but yep, there it is. So 25, next one. Breck's there for it and is able to put in some good rocket damage. Tay gets stuck in an awkward situation, but does clutch out the rifle. That should be enough. He's allowed Breck to get the health boost. Oh, and the machine gun. Okay, well played by Brecht, actually. He made a good push, catching Tay early for yellow armor, was able to get a lot of rocket damage as a result, and then picked up health boost, and now he's going to fight for this quad. He's going to fall off and create a really fucked up situation, but he does at least secure the kill. So Brecht, not able to win back a firm control, but he does get Tay off of his control. And now let's see whether Brecht knows how to run the map at all. He's got these gigantic, meaty Captain Cannon hands, and he's fighting machine gun versus rifle long range, a fight that he wisely abandons.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
Oh, my bitrate is still set super low. Thank you for pointing that out, Elisa. What the fuck? Yeah, I've got CBR 2500. That'll do it. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll just set that to 6K because I think I've got the bandwidth
Quad
for it.
damage in 10 seconds.
Dropping a few frames immediately.
Just the same issues you had as last week.
Unclear. Possibly.
Health boost in 10
I might have to
seconds.
just go blocky. I don't know. We'll see. Doesn't look quite as bad as last week yet. I don't know. I tested it right before I started with the Twitch tech tool, and it was pretty good. I don't want to turn this stream into last week's tech support, obviously. But it looks like Brecht has lost control while I was looking at that.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to know when the yellow is spawning. He's just kind of waiting around.
Quad damage in 10 seconds.
Seems to be a strategy.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
Yeah, the Twitch test tool shows me as having better results than last week. So I should be able to get more than just 3K kilobits per second with all these dropped frames. I'm not sure what's going on, man. Maybe I should try streaming to YouTube. I don't know. But we already had the link posted to Twitch. We'll worry about that between the games, I guess. Let's, it's a slideshow right now? God damn it, dude. This fucking shit, man.
Quad damage in 10 seconds. Health boost in 10 seconds.
I'm trying to see what your stream looks like, and I get a Keanu Reeves ad. Playing some... I don't know what he's playing.
Wasn't he in, like, Cyberpunk a few years back? That can't be now. Well, let's just set it back to blocky, I guess, for now. Castro being kind. Yeah, I'm trying to set it back to
Damage in
just
10
blocky so it at
seconds.
least works.
Health boost in 10 seconds.
I do have the nuclear option, which I will deploy as soon as... Well, actually, this game's not really going anywhere. What's, so did Daisy and Inko get started?
I'll go check it out.
Yeah, I've got us back to not dropping frames anymore, but I've got us now on block mode. I think I'll... Yeah, what is up, Frosty?
It is 6-5 for Daisy on ZTN, and they're halfway through.
Okay,
so
that's
they're playing,
fun.
An interesting game.
That is fun. All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna plug direct into my modem. Better bite the bullet now. There's not gonna be a better chance. Yeah, it's better because I just nerfed the bitrate into a frickin' 2010 era number. But that should not be required. I have plenty of bitrate to stream at 6K. Used to do that all the time. Literally. So I'm gonna plug direct in my modem. That's my only nuclear option, unless I want to switch to YouTube and see if that's the problem somehow. And we're gonna see if that fixes it. So I'll be back in as long as it takes for my computer to figure out what that means.